Hello music producers, and in this exciting video we're going to be working on how to sidechain, but we're going to be working with it differently because a normal sidechain, what it does, that it actually affects the whole volume. So maybe when the kick hits, the volume of the 808 goes down, okay? But there are some certain situations when you actually want the whole volume to go down, because when the whole volume goes down, it takes down both the low end and the high end frequencies. There are some certain situations where you just want the low end, where that kick is making an impact, just want that portion of low end to just talk down a bit, while the high end still remains the same. And that's what we're going to be covering in this video: how to sidechain just the low end. All right, so for this example, we have this beat going on. I'm just going to go ahead and play the whole bit, and then we're going to work out how we sidechain the 808 and the bass. All right, so as you can see that, and we have our bass right here, and we have our 808s right here also. Now to do this, we have to work in the mixer, and we have our bass on insert 5 and our 808 on insert 12. So what is happening here is when the 808 makes an impact, it takes down some of the low end of the bass so that there can be room in the low end. All right. So if I go over to my bass now and open the parametric EQ, you can see we have this simple EQ. Just took out some of the high end frequencies. But when the 808 hits, we automated this to go down whenever the 808 hits. So as you can see, that is exactly what we're talking about. Instead of the whole volume going down, it just takes down the low end. So to achieve this, first of all, we have to go to the initiator of the sidechain, which is our 808 in this case. It can be a kick, it can be anything, it can be a vocal, whatsoever it is. But you have to go to that insert on the mixer, and then you add the fruity peak controller. Okay, I've gone ahead to go and add it over right here. But to add it, you can just go over here and you see it at the top here, fruity peak controller. And then all you need to do right here now is to set the bass to 50%. Now, if you look over at the hint panel, you can see that we have this at 50%. Okay, but you can always go ahead and type in a value, or you can always set it right here to 50%, where you can see the number. Okay, and that is all you need to do right here. And the next up, what you need to do now is to go over right here. Let me just go ahead and do everything again from scratch so that you can see how it works. You can see now it is very muddy. Okay, so what you need to do now is you need to actually affect this is what we want to be going up and down. The value that affects this is actually this right here. We want this to go up and down. Okay, so this is the value that we're going to be affecting. So what we need to do now is we need to right click on this, okay, and we add to link to controller. You might get confused when saying this, but it is actually very simple. So first of all, if you go to internal controller right here, you can see we have none. You select it and you can see a drop down. And you can see that there are a lot of options right here. What you need to look out for is you need to look for the controller plugins. Okay, controller plugins. And you can see we have Fruity Peak Controller Insert 12. Insert 12, which is the insert where our 808 is on. Okay, so once we have that, you can just go ahead and select Peak Controller Peak. The peak right here, the one in the middle. Okay, you select that, and then over at the mapping formula, all you need to do right here, and then to click this drop down and select it to inverted. You can see, and then you accept it. Now once you do that, it's all set. So what you can do right now is you can now go ahead and just shift this to the right. Okay, and you can also go and set the, this is just personal preference, anyhow you want the EQ to the EQing to be, but I kind of like it being like this. Okay, all right, so you can actually go ahead and make this go more. Now you can see that in this example, I can see it's going over way down to the end of the EQ, is going down to 0. Okay, if you don't want that, all you can do is to go over to the peak controller, okay, and you set this volume. As you can see, we have this volume right here. You can actually reduce it. Okay, and when you do that, you notice that over here in our parametric EQ, you can see it has been reduced. You can see it has been reduced. So you can just go ahead and use that value to affect the level of how you want the sidechaining to be. Alright guys, so that'll be it for this video. Please, if you did like the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and also enable notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos when I post them. Thanks guys for watching this video, and see you in the next one.